pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here.
Mr. Akmanovitz?
Here.
Mr. Anderson? Here. Mr. Wolf? Here. Mr. Fuma?
Here.
Mr. Klein?
Present.
Mr. Kraus?
Here.
And Mr. Ott?
Here.
Okay, at this time, do we have any comments from the audience on agenda items? Seeing none? Did we have executive session before this? I was considering executive session. We did have an executive session prior to this dealing with contractual issues. Negotiations, well, no, it's not really negotiations, it's just kind of a contract. Okay. Then we're ready for the administrative reports.
Okay, we'll turn it right over to Ms. Hill.
So I'd like to introduce you to Nathan Hessler. He goes by Nate. He is a senior out of the Pennridge School District in our culinary arts program. Sorry, we don't want to. Okay. So the interesting thing about Nate is he started in small engines in 10th grade. So he wanted his first year just to get a feel for high school before jumping in to make the move into tech school. Dad's a mechanic. He loved motorcycles, so he thought this would be a perfect mix. Come to the tech school, learn how to fix his own motorcycle, and after a year, he's so polite. He said to me, this has nothing to do with the teacher, Mr. Young, it's the fact that it's more fun to ride them than to fix them. He found that was not his niche. So at the time he worked at Buzz. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Buzz on 309. Goombas. I've only seen a flashing sign. It's a pizza place, and that started his interest in the culinary arts field, and he did a visit here his first year when he was in small engine and made the change for his junior and senior year. So this is only his second year in the program, and he is by far a standout. We all know him very well because any evening activity that we have catered, whether it be through Ambrot or through his teacher, he volunteers for every single one of them. So we are very appreciative of that. He gives his time, very pleasant, easy to work with, and that's one of the main reasons why he was elected for this month. So congratulations, Nate. He no longer works at Goombas.
No.
Goombas, you got it right. I had it right. You're now at the Rising Sun Inn, which is also in the Pennridge School District on Allentown Road.
Actually, that's a Sourdough.
That's Sourdough.
Is it Sourdough?
If you know where the
On
line
that
is.
curve? That curve is it?
I live on that road, so I know very well where the change.
So you got to visit him at the Rising Sun Inn. And he could do co-op there. He would be eligible for co-op because he is a straight A student here and a first honors student. But he is choosing to, since he already works there in the evenings, he prefers getting as much knowledge as he can get while he's here. He's been accepted to Johnson & Wales already, and he will be starting there in the fall and getting a bachelor's degree in culinary arts. As of now, that's the direction that he is going. So, favorite thing to make?
Get asked this a lot. I like scampi's, shrimp scampi, and I like working with seafood. I think it's a lot of fun.
And that's hard to work with, so
Yeah,
that's good.
That's why
So-
I'm gonna try to build on that.
So he did not cook the meal today, or else we'd be having fish of some sort, but he did help prepare and get the setup, so. He's looking and hoping, we have the culinary challenge, and we're hoping that he is one of our representatives out there this year, and we should know that soon enough for those of you that attend that, get to taste the food. We're hoping we see Nate up there. Great kid, parents are here, sister and brother are here. We've enjoyed him so much and appreciate everything that he does for us, and his positive attitude is just infectious. So we wish you the best of luck when you graduate,
Thank you so
but we're
much.
glad we have you for 4 more months at least.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you so
We
much.
get to keep that. And we do make a poster that will be hanging in the school, but because of the snow days, it screwed up our our class in graphics, so they'll be coming around to take a picture if they didn't get one today,
No problem.
and we'll make it for you. You're welcome. So,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Unless you want to stay.
We're good.
Have a good night, guys.
Congratulations. Thank you. Yep, Tracy Cram sent out today an invitation to the VIP luncheon for the skills luncheon at District on January 31st. I do have paper copies here, but all of the JOC is invited as well as all 3 superintendents. And if you want to be a part of this, I think it starts at 12. There is a speaker who is a skills student that has had success throughout the years in the Skills USA group, and Lehigh Technical School is supplying the lunch, but they do like to have at least an idea, and if you RSVP, they'll have a name tag for you when you get up there. It'll also give you an opportunity to go around and see what the kids are competing in. You'll actually see the competition at the Agri-Science Complex up in Allentown. So if you have an opportunity to spend some time up there, I'm going to leave these on the table, but you did get one electronically from Tracy Cram. They do have you directly RSVPing to our skills director, secretary, but if you want to contact Tracy or I, we will also let them know. So just let us know if you're interested, so that's here. And I just wanted to mention that last week we had a nursery school come visit us. We run the Presbyterian Nursery School, ironically. Jim Hallowell's wife works there as a teacher, so it was nice. This is the 3rd year we've had them come, and some might question, why do you have preschoolers coming to the school? Because with every preschooler comes a parent, and it's a parent that has more than likely never stepped foot in the school before, and it's a great PR opportunity for us, and they have all left like thrilled and surprised and like, wow, that's amazing. But the little kids get to go into law enforcement, dental, and baking. So they get to make and bake, not bake, but decorate their own cupcake. Joel Ritter ran them through an obstacle course with all of his kids running the show. And then in dental, they learned about good health care. They got the toothbrush, they got to do dental flossing, they got to make little molds. So they leave very excited, and it's awesome that they come.
It's very well received. The parents are enthusiastic and they leave. It's a good
Yeah,
thing.
that's the most impressive thing, is that the parents are really happy, so it's good for us, good for us. Oh, the only other thing is just a reminder that the joint dinner, joint board dinner is March 15th. That invitation will be coming out next week.
And that's the joint board and the general
And the
advisory
general
committee,
advisory
so that's
committee.
quite a few people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we usually get a good turnout for that too, so. And if you didn't get to have your tour with Kathleen because of snow days, you don't get it in, we do give tours on that night as well. For those that don't have to go to the meeting.
Yes, that's March. Okay,
That's it, thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I think next, because Mr. Gorman is here, I think we'll move right to our 2017 basic financial statement. Mr. Bill Gorman, if you'd like to present the JOC.
Thank you, Mr. Atkinson. My main function as your independent auditor is to render an opinion on your financial statements. If you have the book in front of you, you will find that on pages 5, 6, and 7. You have what I call a clean opinion, meaning you are in complete compliance with generally accepted accounting principles with no modifications. My profession calls it an unmodified opinion, but if I tell non-accountants unmodified, you're going to think something's wrong. There is nothing wrong. The financial statements are completely clean. In addition to giving an opinion on the financial statements, I'm also required to give you a letter and any findings we discovered, which you can find on page 66 and 67. For those who are not accountants in this room, I'm required to audit you under 2 different sets of auditing standards. One is known as Generally Accepted Auditing Standards. It's established by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. The other one is known as Government Auditing Standards, and that's established by the Government Accountability Office in Washington, D.C., commonly referred by their initials GAO. But I want you to be aware that we have to audit you under two different auditing standards. The second letter pertains to government auditing standards. In that letter, I'm required to report any material non-compliance with laws and regulations that could materially affect your financial statements. We found none. I'm also required to report any material weaknesses or any significant deficiencies of internal control, and we found none of either of them as well. In fact, the only minor things are in the management letter, which you can find pages 1 through 4. Most of the letter is gobbledygook language that accountants utilize to explain to you what our purposes are, what management's purposes are. There's a few control issues which are minor in nature that are in there. So all in all, you have a very good report, and I commend Gail and her staff and your director as well. So I want the Joint Operating Committee to be aware that the financial records at this technical school are in very good shape. With that, I'm always told to keep this short, okay? With that, does anybody have any questions? Any committee members?
As the new treasurer, is there any possible way I can take credit for this?
No.
Do you sign checks?
Probably not.
Do you review invoices?
Thank you very much.
I'm trying to help you. If not, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next, as you know, January is National School Director Appreciation Month. And it is our tradition in a school that teaches many skills to have our students give a little token of our appreciation for you. So the ribbon box in front of you is it's actually our dessert tonight as well. I believe the term is petite fours. I believe it means small oven in French. And they're tiny cakes, which you would make in a very small oven, I guess. So thank you, congratulations, and we really do appreciate all the time and energy and effort and wisdom that you bring to the schools. Thank you. Okay. Moving through just a couple quick things. I'd like to ask Emily Evans, our adult ed coordinator, to just give us a quick update on where we are with adult ed.
Yes, one of the things that we've been working on this month is, again, with the community college, the metalwork training program. We recently had a meeting at the college last week, and where they had invited many employers. There were probably 35 to 40 people there. It was very well received, and they now are in the process of beginning the selection for this program. The program, the metalwork training, the 12-week training program should begin at the end of February. Most of the training will be done at the community college, but they have contracted the tech school to provide the technical training in welding and machining. So we will be starting that soon. All of the instructors, our instructors and theirs, are getting together next week to go over the curriculum and further define who's teaching what. So we're very excited about it, hoping that the information sessions turn out a large number of individuals. We found out at the meeting that through the Workforce Development Board, there has been some funding that has become available, so they are hoping that this program will be free for all of those individuals who are selected. So I'm going to leave this sheet here as well, but it's just a flyer announcing the dates of the information session, and on the back, it just lists the requirements and specifications of what the students will be doing, talks a little bit about the curriculum, and you know, the whole point of this is that once they complete the training, they will be hired by the employers who have signed on to help with this program, so.
Do you get a certificate or something like that?
Yes, they will, there are a couple of different things. They will be going for forklift training, they'll get a certificate for that. They'll complete a NIM certification, the very base one, that they'll be starting with that. And the college mentioned that they're even hoping that they will, they're working on the possibility of providing credits for this type of a program. So it won't happen immediately, but they are working toward it. So we're very happy to be working with them. We just received the agreement, the college signed it today, so we are moving forward with that. We're very happy about it. Pleased to be able to have this partnership. So that's moving along. We are increasing our offerings to apprentices for in some of our manufacturing programs in the machining area. And we're continuing to expand programs and get more instructors on board. So all of that's good. And in the mechatronics program, we did have a robot that was just recently donated, and we're hoping that he will make an appearance at some point in one of our meetings so that everyone has an opportunity to meet back here. So things are moving along.
Thank you, Emily. And I just wanted to throw a little bit more in there about the Metalworks program. This is a partnership with the community college that we're very, very proud of. It's come to my attention that depending on who you speak with and what literature you read, it's not necessarily mentioned that the tech school is a partner in this. And so I just wanted to make sure that the JOC understands and knows that we're not just a partner, but I'm going to go so far as to say is that as a team here, we've come up with a solution to a problem that has made this work. In the process, there have been some feathers ruffled, and I'm telling you this in case you hear this, so you hear it right from me. And here is the crux of the situation. The technical school, as you know, is not like a playground or a community park that you can fill out a form and just, someone hands you the keys. We understand fully that when we started in with adult ed, the directive from the JOC was don't let anybody scratch our building, pretty much. Don't let anything happen to our building. So we take that very seriously. We're not just going to say, here's the keys to the college, go ahead and run the program, and good luck. So there was some folks in the community who didn't understand that. And there was some pushback and some frustration and even some agitation early on in the process. We're all friends, we're all working together, and we got everything resolved. But that was the problem, is we weren't going to just say, here is the building, and we'll see you, next time. So we got through that, but it was this group of people here, and I'm very proud of the administrative team for coming up with those solutions that made that happen. So if you see talk about partnerships, we may not get mentioned, but trust me when I tell you that we are a partner. There's also more than one partnership. We have a partnership with the community college. We are actually teaching the bulk of the technical skills. Our building, our equipment, our teachers. We're teaching the Metalworks program. There's a separate agreement, a partnership between the college and the Workforce Development Board. 6 years ago, I promised, those of you who are here, I promised you that I would tap into federal money as soon as possible, as soon as I could, start getting federal dollars flowing into the tech school through what was then the WIB, Workforce Investment Board, is now the Workforce Development Board. Well, this is the actual fulfillment of that promise. I'm sorry it took this long, but we will soon see federal dollars flowing into the tech school coming through the college, and that's the way it's working. So the college has the agreement with the WIB, or the Workforce Development Board. The federal dollars are going to the college is then paying us, we're subcontracting the instruction of the Metalworks program. So we are very proud of it. There are other benefits to be gained, and I'm saying this more for the benefit of the new folks. We're running a program together with the community college. We're doing it here, and our hope is that we're introducing new students to the tech school who will want to continue. This Metalworks program is really just an introduction. It's a vetting process to look for potential employees for the manufacturing employers in the area. This is 101. So what we're hoping is people will come here, now we're on their radar, and we can offer the programs through either adult ed, or in some cases through our day programs, where folks will want to continue as they climb the ladder in their chosen field. So I just wanted to sort of get that out there, you know, for the new folks. Any questions on that?
So as far as metalwork, it's going to be mostly then metal and machine, welding and machining?
Welding and machining. Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, this is a good model, and when we were at the meeting with the community college earlier in the week, I sort of proposed, threw it out there, that this is a model that could be used for other industries as well. This same model could be used for the construction industry. You know, it's a process. You know, the college is doing background checks, they're doing soft skills, teaching it at the Percy campus of the college. We're doing the sort of the hard task skills here. But this could easily be done for other areas of employment. And it's a great model, and it's one of the reasons why we work so hard to develop that relationship with the community college. There's a lot more that could be done. So we want to make sure we're in line to get it. Okay, I'd like to announce to you that starting next month, we plan to roll out our board docs. I think all of you are familiar with board docs. We're less familiar with it as an administrative team, so we'll be learning board docs in the coming weeks. Tracy's actually leading the charge on that. We hope that by the next time we meet, we will have a Chromebook for every JOC member and superintendent of record, so that you, if you choose to, you can follow along through the meeting with a Chromebook. And Joe Murphy and Dennis Nolan are setting that up now. And so that's the hope. So I understand that some folks still want paper, and that's fine, so we'll make sure that we have that available as well. But we're making that big leap over to the board doc system. Thank you for that.
Are you going to have someone here, for those of us who inevitably crash the laptop? I've done that 3 or 4 times at Pennridge, right, successfully. And we do have IT people there to help us.
We will now, Dr. Yardell.
My suggestion is that you need some,
the heads up.
you know, where your weaknesses are, right?
Okay. I'm going to turn the meeting, this part of the meeting over to Kathleen for a few minutes, to talk about a couple of things.
Well, first, we had some good news. We were contacted by the Pennsylvania Department of Education. If you remember at the beginning of the year, I said we've been contacted by their consulting group wanting to know how we achieved excellence in our NOCI performance of our students. So we put together a comprehensive report. We're like, yay, yay, yay. And then the other day, we were notified by another person from PDE saying, hey, out of all the 82 technical schools in the state, you have the lowest difference in performance between special ed and regular ed students. And how do you account for the high achievement of those students? So we're very, very pleased with that. We're very proud of it. If you remember, last year our special ed students outperformed our regular ed students by a very small margin, but it was very nice. I want to give kudos to Tracy Hill. She's our supervisor of student services, and she leads the charge with NOCI testing, special ed, and all the support that our students get. So over the next week or so, she'll be putting together a full comprehensive report, because the Department of Education would like to share those best practices statewide so that other schools can hear those. I know.
With an award comes.
Congratulations.
We get to put together a report. The other thing I would just want to bring to your attention, inevitably there's going to be a motion tonight to accept our supplemental equipment grant. So this is grant season for us right now. You never know when it's gonna happen, it really depends on when the state budget is passed. So this marks our budget season. So there's a handout in your folder, it was right behind Nathan's bio for student of mine. So inevitably, someone in here is gonna ask me, what are we gonna buy with this money? Did everyone find it?
Yep.
That would have been a handout tonight. So there's two grants. One is a supplemental equipment grant, and that's based off of a formula. It's not competitive. Schools are awarded X number of dollars based on how they fit into this formula. And they don't actually tell you that they got it. I rely on Gail finding out that it's been placed in our account. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So the other day, there was $18,479 deposited in our account. We were notified that that's approximately 75% of what we'll be getting, so that is approximately $24,639. At the same time, on Tuesday, I submitted our grant for the competitive equipment grant, which is a $50,000 matching grant. So the state will give us $50,000 towards equipment. We have to show that we're matching that $50,000. So I can't tell you tonight how we're spending the supplemental equipment grant, because we prioritize our equipment needs for mechatronics. So I have two scenarios for you. List one is if we get the competitive equipment grant, which means that we have $124,000 and some change of available expenditures. And the second list is if we don't by chance get the competitive equipment grant, because you don't get that every year. I'm always depressed when we don't. It depends who the evaluators are. One year we missed it by 2 points because the people evaluating it didn't like trainers. So sometimes that can get a little disappointing. So we're crossing our fingers. If we don't get the competitive equipment grant, these are the items that we will be purchasing with those monies. So you're accepting the grant. We're not actually operating until we find out about the competitive equipment grant. Any questions?
If you do use the 3D printer, what's the plan?
So,
Any like, ooh, it'd be fun because we could just get it.
oh, if we do get it, what's the plan? Vern would probably be better at answering it, but it's to fabricate components that they may need for robotics. It's to promote 21st century skills in design and fabrication.
At Quakertown, they made a Bill Horner bobblehead doll.
Well, you know what? I think that's a first thing to do.
That is a burn wagon seller bobblehead.
Yeah. We're Dr. Ryan. Yeah.
But everything that we do now is subtractive manufacturing, fabrication. So this would be our first attempt at additive.
Okay.
So we do plan to sort of bridge a couple of different programs. Obviously machining, but mechatronics as well. And I'm basing this on a model, and for those of you who don't know me, I supervised North Monco Technical School. I was there for 13 years, and we had a very interesting setup with our mechatronics, our machining, our welding, and our AutoCAD program, so that we actually set up a little production system where we were working together like 4 different businesses and doing a lot of robot building, that sort of thing. So sort of was the idea I had in mind here, a sharing of the technology. And the teachers are interested, and so it's something that
Was the usual project they all work on together? Or they all
at times
share the asset?
Yeah, well, both. It'd be both. Yeah, there'd be times, and they do that now through other machining techniques. But so the pathway is there to do that. So yeah, it'd be very interesting.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
First grant was from the state, I presume?
Yeah, they're both from the state. One's just easier than the other.
You want to just mention Joanne Karate?
Yeah, we're working with Joanne Karate. This is the year we go through comprehensive planning. The last JOC meeting that we had, we went through some of the survey results that were coming back from the community. So we're scheduling some time with the Joanne Karate, who is the guru of comprehensive planning from the IO, who will be attending our February meeting to do some reflective activities with the JOC and to talk about the process. So we're scheduling that. We're trying to decide whether or not it should happen during a policy program committee meeting or whether or not it should be part of our regularly scheduled JOC meeting.
You're talking about March, not February. Or are you talking about February?
I am talking, yeah. Because March is our dinner,
Okay, so February.
yeah.
Okay, and then finally, the donation. We talked about Baxter, the robot that will be hopefully showing off next month to you. That's almost a $17,000 contribution to the school, and it's already working well. We were offered at the same time some very large, I think they're palletizing type robots. Okay, but they were so big that it makes sense for us to take them. We were tempted, we looked at it every which way. We even scoped out a place to put it, the old Jiffy Lube space, but we realized that would be the only thing that we could put in there. And if this thing decided to take a swing at the air handler, it could take it down. So we said thank you, but no thanks to that one. And then we have, the other donation is 40 tickets to the Philadelphia Auto Show, which is a very generous donation from the Auto Dealer Association of Greater Philadelphia. Our students like to go to that every year, and it's about almost $480 worth of tickets. And that's it, Mr. Howell.
Anything to add or question? Okay, we'll move then into the committee reports. Start with Joe.
Okay, for the facilities committee in attendance were Mr. Howell, Mr. Klein, Mr. Kraus, and myself. We discussed 3 items. First item was a discussion of proposals for bid documents for the arsenic treatment project. Facilities committee believes that this proposal was excessive. So the superintendent of building Brown was tasked to acquire additional proposals and no actions requested from this body. Number 2 was a review of the public surplus agreement for disposal of obsolete items. As there is no contract involved and no monies involved from the school, it was also decided that no action is requested from this body. Third item was to review and discuss the results of the wire investigation at the machining area. Okay. The facilities committee accepted the report from the engineer and request no action from this body.
The report basically said that they couldn't tell why it was busted, they couldn't pull a wire. That's just about as far as we can get with it.
That concludes my report.
Anything else to add? Okay, there was no finance committee and policy and program.
Present were Mr. Monowitz, Mrs. Dolan, Mr. Fumo, and Dr. Yarnell, myself, Mr. Wagenseller, Dr. Herrera, and Ms. Hill. We reviewed a policy led by Dr. Michael Herrera on hazing. There were some minor updates. The committee recommended that be moved to the JOC in February for first reading. And the second item was an informational item on programming, to think about a potential replacement program for landscaping in the event that the JOC opts to post a program. So we did a presentation on the Ag Biotech program and what we've been doing in terms of doing a feasibility study for replacement.
Anything to add? Okay, we'll move on then. Next up, we have the consent calendar. First item on there is recommended that consent calendar be approved. We would need a motion to approve the December minutes, which are attachment A, the December financials, which are attachment B, the January bills payable, attachment C, and personnel recommendations, attachment D. Is that easy? All right, personnel, right?
No.
No personnel, okay, so there is no D. So we need a motion? No second? Okay, any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 9-0. Next item is a motion to approve the revised 2/17/2/18 calendar, which is attachment E. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Up here now. One second. This is as a result of?
January 4th and 5th students.
That includes the one from 2 days ago?
No,
No. So we're gonna have to do.
you're gonna have to do this again in February.
That's where I was headed. Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? That motion passed 9-0. Next item, the motion is in order to accept the PDE supplemental equipment grant for $18,479 as written to assist with the equipment upgrade.
So moved.
Second. Any questions on this? This was in.
Before we get the one, can we?
Yeah. No one wants to give it back.
I motion to
Okay. No further questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Item passed 9-0. That takes care of the action agenda? Okay, at this point, do we have any comments from the audience? Yes, sir.
Robert Linden, Pennridge. I have two things. Bucks County registers veterans and has a comprehensive discount list for veterans, businesses that give discounts. And I looked at that and I thought, there's no Upper Bucks Tech School there, and if you might consider your adult education course offering some kind of discount to veterans, and you get free advertising from Bucks County, you'll be on the list. So you could offer like a 5% discount or something like that. And I thought maybe that would get you also higher attendance. So I have that information here,
Thank you.
and I'll give it to you.
Great. Thank you.
And then
Thank you very much.
I know you talked about HVAC. I ran into an advertisement for an HVAC job, and it had a very comprehensive list of requirements. And I thought that was very interesting. And I came up to Mr. Wagner.
Thank you, Ms. Linden.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I have something that I apologize. Today, our Army representative was gonna come tonight. He would like to open an invitation to anybody on the JOC and the superintendents of the three sending schools, where they do the day where you get to spend 3 days on a trip to get to see what the Army is all about and recruiting and things like that. This specific trip has to deal 100% with STEM and what they're doing with STEM. And it is a trip to Washington DC. You do go to Arlington National Cemetery, and they spend a considerable time in the Pentagon, and I guess you get access to their area in the Pentagon. And then on the last day, you go to the Army Research Lab building, and he said that that's a pretty big deal too. This is like the first time they're doing this trip. And an Army Research Lab visit, and then the command control communications tactical demonstrations you will get to see. It is an all expenses paid trip. They do these, I had the opportunity to go with the Marines. It was an amazing experience. Everything was paid for. They're even eating at Maggio's. And he said there's 1 or 2 spots, if there's 2 of you that want to go. They're really trying to get board members or superintendents to, or executive directors to go out and see what this is all about. And I know on my trip there were board members and superintendents from sending schools, but it's across the Pennsylvania. It could be anywhere in Pennsylvania. But they have 5 spots, and they're looking for 1 or 2 that might be interested. So he was supposed to come, so I'm not doing this justice, because I don't know, Mike, if you want to add anything from what he talked to you today.
What are the dates?
It's April 17, 18, and 19.
So we'd really actually prefer you not go, or else we're gonna miss our JC meeting. We just need to make sure we still have a quorum.
But it is an amazing experience, it's free. It's one benefit you can get from being on the JOC.
Do we get to stay in the barracks with the troops? then?
No, actually, we did one night in the barracks, but it looks like they have you in hotels. Yes,
You get to
And
shoot.
basically, they're gonna focus on programs,
for STEM.
that, military careers, that focus on STEM, is that what the
Um,
objective is?
Yes.
I wasn't 100% sure on that. I do have, I'll have Tracy send this out to you if you're interested, but if he could give us a little more information to go along with it for you, that would be beneficial. So I'm like,
Is he gonna come in next month then? Or when is it?
they need to know in 2 weeks. And it always works that way. Like,
There you go.
if you were interested, I'm sure he would talk to you on the phone and then you could say yes or yeah or
It
no.
was in DC, you said.
Yeah. Okay, that was it, sorry. Thank you.
Okay. No further public comments? We have announced, the only announcement here is the next meeting will be February 15th here. Do we have any JSE concerns? We'll start up on that. Mr. Ross? Mr. Puma? I guess not.
He's not concerned with us at all.
He can't.
He's plugging that trip into his calendar.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Ms. Gold?
Well, having heard what I heard tonight, we do need to convene Act 93, the committee of the JOC, and discuss that in the near future, rather than waiting longer.
Yes, I agree with that.
So thank you, Mrs. Graham, for reminding us of that need.
So it's Mr. Anderson, Mr. Arnell, and Mr. Wisconsin is not here, and I will hold him, but do you want, between the two of you, do you want to set something up, or do you want to? And if I can't make it, I'm
Okay.
okay? And I have no concerns. We're ready to adjourn? Motion, second? Motion and second to adjourn, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned, thank you very much.